Hi everybody, wanted to take this opportunity to show you the Vonage phone system we have is a pretty cool little system. And one of the features, actually there's many features, but the feature I want to talk about today is call forwarding. If you've got a day off or a group of days off and you want to forward your phone to someone else's extension, that's what we're going to cover today. And then we can do other videos in the future for some of the other cool features that you guys have control of. First thing you want to do is open up a browser. Doesn't matter which browser you use, Firefox, Chrome, whatever Apple's browser is. But you want to navigate yourself to my.vonagebusiness.com. You see it right up here, myvonagebusiness.com, vonagebusiness.com. Okay, hit my enter key here, and that's going to bring you to the login screen. Okay, and everybody's username is different. For this video, I'm going to use Scott Smith. He's much better looking than me, so I'm going to pretend to be him for a day. So it's HBC, in his case, _ S Smith. And for most of you, it is basically the same ID, HBC _ your first name and your first initial and last name. Okay, so HBC _ S Smith and the password. And I'm sure many of you are saying, well, I don't know what my password is, but I'll be able to reset that for you. In this particular case, I'm not going to memorize this because I don't normally log in as Scott. All right, and that's going to bring you to your control panel. As you can see, there's all kinds of really cool features in this thing. Some we'll use and some we won't use. But in this particular video, again, what I want to do is forward his extension to, say, Peter's extension in this particular example. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the little settings cog. That's becoming kind of the standard for settings, that little cog wheel. All right, and that brings me, and you see here there's several tabs. The tab we're interested in today is Never Miss a Call. So you click on that tab, and you can see by default it says sends calls to my voicemail after a certain amount of time. You do have the ability to change that, but I'm going to leave that alone for right now. What we want to do is enable call forwarding. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to choose an extension, again, depending on who you want to forward that to. In this case, we're going to pick on Mr. Peter Grant. All right, so enable call forwarding, Peter Grant, extension 402. Leave this the way it is. That way, when it calls your phone, whether you're forwarding it to your cell phone or to your desk phone here at work, you'll see the actual extension, or excuse me, not extension, but the phone number of the person calling. By the way, we do have the ability to forward it to your cell phone or home phone or some other phone outside of the property here, and you would do that by add personal number, but we don't want to do that for today. So enable call forwarding, Peter Grant, originating caller ID, and at that point then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and let me move my screen down here a little bit so you can see it. Try to move it down here anyway. There we go. And you need to click on this Save Changes. If you don't, it's not going to change this. It's going to, as it was defaulted to your voicemail. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. And you'll see a little tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And in just a moment, wham, bam, thank you, sir and ma'am. Success, settings saved. Any call now that comes to Scott Smith's desk is going to be automatically forwarded to Peter Grant's. That's it from this point. Of course, you should always make a practice of logging out, not just exiting out of your browser. The reason for that is the browser actually leaves your session open even though you close the browser itself. So I'm going to click on, in this case, Scott's name, normally my own name, and choose Logout. All right, that is it for today's little training session. There's many other features on this phone system, so in the future we may cover some of those. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today.